Hello and welcome to Sunday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where after a couple of days where you might claim the puzzles have been slightly easier, apparently this one is not very easy. This is 5 stars out of 5 for difficulty. It's actually the secret, or the secret? The sequel, I should say, the sequel to a puzzle I tried on the channel about a month ago, I think. Where I got myself into a right pickle. I did finish it in the end, and I did do it logically, but but anyway, I had a bit of a troubling time. This one is called Non-Consecutive Territories, and it's by masetab. Masetab, yeah, that is how to say that correctly. And apparently it is absolutely brilliant, as well as being quite difficult. So I'm looking forward to having a go at it. And it's like, I think we're going to have to create lots of like Nabna regions, if you're familiar with that term. Don't worry if you're not. We're going to go through the rules together in a moment or two's time. But before that, what can I tell you about? I will mention, well, hopefully there will be a blueprint stream tomorrow. I am not 100% certain at this point. I need to get some clarity from Mark, but if you're interested in our blueprint streams and you want confirmation, make sure you're subscribed. If you're subscribed, you should get a notification as soon as we schedule it. I am intending there to be a stream 10 p.m. UK time tomorrow Monday evening. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Other than that, what else is going on? We have got our Sudoku hunt competition running over on Patreon. The Off by One calendar by the Paint by Numbers Institute. Lots and lots of sort of Japanese Sudoku puzzles where the totals are off by 1. Panthera is a bit of a wizard at these, and I think there are 13 puzzles in all, so do check that out. The closing date is the 20th, so still plenty of time if you'd like to be in with a chance of winning the prize, which, as it has been recently, is the chance to come onto the channel and solve a puzzle, so that might appeal. Now I've got birthdays to do today as well. Let me look at my list. Andrew, you've turned 27 today. I know this because your partner Sophia wrote to me, not Sophie. In fact, I would hate to get this wrong so much. I'm going to check my calendar and make sure that I am not misleading anybody. It is Sophia. Now, Sophia, Andrew, says that you are absolutely amazing partner and annoyingly clever. I like that. But you've asked for carrot cake. No. Come on, don't let yourself down. Sophia disagrees and suggests that you should be having chocolate cake, and she's quite right, of course. But Andrew, I do hope that you have a very good birthday, nevertheless. Now I'm late with the next one. Britta, you turned the big 4-0 on Friday, I think. I'm sorry I'm late with the shout out. Your puzzle buddy, is it Kevin? I hope I'm saying that correctly, wrote to me and said you might like a shout out. I think the two of you watch the channel and also collaboratively solve together too. So Britta, I hope it was a brilliant birthday. I hope there was chocolate cake. Many happy returns. And then I think down in South Africa, I'm going to say a very happy birthday, 21st birthday no less, to Rudolph. And I know it's your birthday because Lainey wrote to me telling me how special you are to her. She described you as being amazing as well and incredibly intelligent. All of these excellent adjectives. And I think the two of you, well, you treasure apparently sharing puzzles, learning from each other, and also watching the videos. That's lovely. So Rudolph, I hope you have an absolutely brilliant birthday today. South Africa is one of my favourite countries on earth. And features actually my favourite city on earth, Cape Town. Anyway, many happy returns. I hope it is very, very good birthday. Well, it is a very good birthday with chocolate cake, of course. Maybe a trip to the Codfather. There is a restaurant called the Codfather, isn't there, on Camps Bay? I think it's a sushi bar, but I remember it very fondly. Maverick, what are you doing? Maverick's just flown over at 5 o'clock in the evening, which is not his usual time at all. Anyway, apologies for the aeroplane noise. Let's have a look. at the rules of masetab's non-consecutive territories. The rules are as follows. We have got normal Sudoku rules apply. So we haven't got any regions. Fill the grid with the digits 1 to 9 so that each digit appears exactly once in every row and column. So it's more of a Latin square rule. There don't seem to be 3 by 3 boxes in this puzzle. It is 9 by 9. It is 9 by 9. Okay, so digits 1 to 9 once each in every row and every column. All cells except those in cages. Oh, I see. Okay, so we've got some cage cells. So all the cells apart from those must be grouped into regions consisting of orthogonally connected cells. Each region contains exactly one circle, so there's loads of circles all over the grid. The number inside the circle gives the size of its region. No digit may repeat within any cage or any region. In addition, no two digits within the same cage or the same region may be consecutive. Allowed examples include 315. So if that was a 3, we could claim that that was a region. Because within this region, A, there are no repeated digits, and B, if you take any two of these digits, they're not consecutive with one another. Okay. So 315 is a possible region. 6 on its own is a possible region. 4296 could be in a region together. So let's look at that. 4296. So if that's a region, yeah, again, none of those digits repeat. None of them are consecutive. So that also seems fine. And then, okay. Then there's a whole sort of an index for dots and symbols between cells. A white dot separates two consecutive digits. So if this digit's a 2, that could be a 3 or a 1. A blue dot, the two digits belong to different regions. Okay, so this one is in a different region to that one's in a different region to that one, etc. A V, the two digits sum to 5. There is only one V, I think, in the puzzle. So this could be a 2 and that could be a 3, for example. Oh, actually, I better get rid of my delineation of the cages. Not all possible dots or symbols are given, so that means it's perfectly possible for these cells, they could be a 2 and a 3. There doesn't have to be a V between two digits that sum to 5. It's just we know for this specific domino, those two digits definitely do sum to 5. The arrow outside the grid gives the sum of the digits along the diagonal in the arrow's direction. So we're being told that those two digits there sum to 7. And that, I think, let me just check, they are all the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. The first thing I'm going to do, I know this is a bit silly, but I like to do it in these puzzles. I like to just, actually it might not be necessary here because we have got a black outline. I've thickened it very slightly. I like to do that. Now, let's actually be serious. I mean, that's either 1, 4 or 2, 3. The circles, there has to be one circle in every region that we draw. Oh, yeah, okay, so that's a 1, isn't it? That's because I can't, if it grew at all, there would be 2 circles in its region, and every circle contains the size of its region, so that's a 1 as well, because it can't grow. Okay, so let's have a colour for one cell regions. Let's make those orange. Let's delineate them, and what else can we do? That one, does that have to be very small as well? The thing is, it could grow, couldn't it? Okay, these two can't be 1s anymore, so they have to grow a little bit. So we'll grow these two circles. Right, and the 7 on the diagonal can't be a 1-6 pair now, so it's either 2-5 or 3-4. And this region, the green region, can't bump into the circle. Hang on a moment. Right, okay, here's a weird point that I've just drawing that line in there made me think about it. It doesn't say this in the instructions, which is a bit cheeky. It says a white dot separates 2 consecutive digits. Well, those digits would have to be in different regions, wouldn't they? Because if these two cells, for example, were in the same region, they would break the sort of Nabner constraint about not having consecutive digits in a region. So we can delineate across all dots in the puzzle have to have, well, the digits either side have to be in different regions. So that's got to be in a different region. These have got to be separated from this cell here. The V just is literally the V just. So if the V was 2, 3. Oh, hang on, no, because this is in a cage. How did the cage work? The cages. I can't remember what it said about cages. All cells except those in cages must be grouped into regions. Each region contains one circle. Digits cannot repeat within a cage. And they also can't be consecutive. Right, so it's almost like these cages live outside the rest of the puzzle, isn't it? I can't really. Yeah, so I mean, I already knew, actually. In fact, I could do that. I could do that, couldn't I? And that, and that, and that. Because they effectively are not relevant for how we're going to divide the grid into regions that touch circles. Right, we must be able to say something about these. Do we know whether these are... If one of them is a 5... Yeah, is this going to be the Nabner trickery, is it? Because 5... this might be a more general point, but 5 is a very difficult digit to put into a circle. In fact, I was just wondering if we had a row or a column. No, there aren't any rows and columns with enough circles in them. But I think 5 is the maximum you could ever put into a circle, because the digits in that 5-cell region, no 2 of them could be consecutive. So if you imagine the Sudoku digits lined up in front of you from 1 to 9, what's the biggest number of digits you could select from that such that no 2 were consecutive? Well, you'd have to pick all the odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. If you picked a 6th digit, having picked 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, it wouldn't matter which even digit you picked, 2, 4, 6, and 8. You would create consecutive pairs. So 5 is the maximum. So if one of these is 5, it would have to have a 1 in its region. That looks very difficult. That one can't be 5. No way. This purple one, if that was a 5, where would we would know that region would have to contain all the odd digits, so it needs to have a 1 in it. Where's it getting its 1? It can't get it. So that is not a 5. Therefore, this is not a 2. Now, can we do the same with this one? If this is a 5, it would have to get out of row 1 and out of row 2, so it would have to be exactly that shape. And this would have to be the 1. Yeah, and that doesn't work. That's a bit more complicated, but it doesn't work. It's quite pretty. If this was a 5, then we know by the diagonal rule this is a 2. But in order to put a 1 in the green region, it would have to be this shape, and the 1 would have to be here. Now look at this circle. What are we putting into it? We can't put 1 into it, so we can't put 2 into it, and so it's at least a 3-cell region. It can't become 3. It's not got enough space. So that doesn't work. And therefore, I suppose what we've got here is a 3-4 pair, and that's good because it allows us to grow these regions slightly more. So that's growing, and that's growing, and one of these will be a 4, and if it was this one, that would be really powerful, wouldn't it? Because this would have to be at least a 2, and that would grow there. That would have to grow. Okay. I hear noises downstairs. I didn't think anyone was in the house. Slightly worrying. Anyway, we won't let things like burglars disrupt our Sudoku. But if the screen suddenly goes blank and there's the sound of Simon being biffed up, then that's what's happened. It's not something meta, is it? Like, you've got to fill all the circles with 5s or something. Oh, it could be. It could be. How are we going to do the maths on this? I mean, there's 81 cells in the puzzle. That is a truth. It's a 9x9 grid. These two 1-cell regions combined with these two regions that take 7 cells are going to deal with 9 of the cells in the puzzle. So we've got 72 cells to fill, except we've also got these cages to fill. Now there are 6 cells in cages, so that means I've got 66 cells left to fill with all the circles that we haven't filled yet. But each of those circles, I can't fill them all with 5. I'll break Sudoku rules. I could do a 5 and a 4 in row 1. I could do a 5. Actually, I can't do 5 and a 4 as well in row 2, can I? Because one of these is a 4. So the best I can do for the top 2 rows is going to be a 5 and a 4 and a 5 and a 3, which is 17. And then I think I could do 5 and a 4 there. That's 26. Looks like I can do 5 there. 26, 31. 5 and a 4 there. That's 40. 5 possibly. 45. That we're up to the secret. Another 5 and a 4. 54. Another 5. 59. And a 5 and a 4. 59 plus 9 is 68. So it's actually really close. It's really close. Because I said I had to get to 66. And the most I can get to is 68. So what else, if anything, can we use to limit that? So how many? I put in loads of 5-4 pairs when I did that. One was there. One was in the top 2 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. I put in 5. 5, 5, 4 pairs. And I tell you something you can't do. You can't put more than... I can't put more than 7. How many 5s did I put in? I can't put more than 7 5s into circles because, well, let's say that was a 5. That region we now know will be a 5-cell region that will contain all the odd digits, so it will have a 1 in it. But I've got 2 1s that I can't attach to any circle that has a 5 in it, so I could put a maximum of 7 5s into circles. How many circles are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I could put 7 5s into circles, and that would leave me 8 unfilled circles. So if I filled all of those with 4s, what would I have then? I'd have 7 5s are 35, 8 4s are 32, 67. I've got it down by another one. So I've now only got 1 degree of freedom. Oh, I've done it. That's it. I've done it. Right, because I can get rid of that degree of freedom. Okay, let me explain what I was thinking then. Right, so just to go through the chain of logic. The chain of logic is as follows. I could put a maximum of 7 5s into circles, because each 5 I hypothecate to a circle is going to necessitate that region contains a 1, and there are 2 1s unavailable. So 7 5s. I've then got 8 circles left. Now I said, okay, I'm going to fill all of those with 4s. How am I going to do that though? Because if we're filling all of these circles with the digits 5 and 4, then these digits will be 5s and 4s. But look at the top 2 rows now. That implies both of these digits are 3s by Sudoku, and that's not true. These add up to 7. So I can't do that. I just can't do it. So something in those 4 cells cannot be a 5 or a 4. And the moment that we recognise that, that's my degree of freedom gone. It is go. Yeah, because one of these will be a 4, preventing one of these from being a 5-4 pair. So it will have to be a 5-3 pair, and then so now it's forced. The only way we can get to fill our 66 white cells is going to be 7 5s, 7 4s, 1 3. And perhaps more importantly, I know that the 3 is going to have to be in those top 4 cells, so everything else is 5s and 4s, which is probably going to be easier to deal with. These ones are 3s, 4s and 5s. It's a lovely idea, isn't it? But how do I make that work? Oh, come on, Simon. I don't know, is the short answer. Wow. Oh dear. I'm sorry, I don't see what I have to do with that. Is this in any way obvious? Can I force? I mean, this digit here is consecutive, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. But it's not 3, 4 or 5, is it? So that is 2 or 6. So it's even. So this is odd. There we go. There's a tiny deduction. So this is definitely odd. And this is definitely even. So if this was 2, that would make this a 4. And this a 3. That doesn't work. hang on, that just doesn't work. If that's a 2, I think I get 2 4s into these cells. Yeah, I mean, if that's 2, then in order for us not to have a consecutive pair in green, that's a 4. By Sudoku, this is a 3, and therefore this is a 4, and the 2 thingies on the diagonal don't add up to 7. So that's a 6. That's big, because that's a 5 now. Or when I say big, it's like, oh no, it's done something at the bottom of the grid. 4, 5. Oh dear. Okay, that one isn't 5 anymore. Oh, that's extraordinary. That's actually not done nearly as much as I was hoping. Wow, okay. Is this in any way obvious? That's weird, isn't it? I thought that was going to really... So we know this one has to be all the odd digits, this 5 here. And so does that one. And sorry, it might be obvious what I have to do here, but I'm just not seeing it. Is it something to do with every white dot pair in this puzzle, or indeed any puzzle that has the white dot constraint? It's going to have an even digit and an odd digit. That's the nature of consecutive digits. And if you look at this domino at the bottom of column 3, it can't have 4 or 6 on it, so it has got 2 or 8 on it. If it was 2, I don't know. I'm not sure that's enough. Oh dear, I'm sorry. If this was a 3, this region, what would this digit be? It couldn't be 1. So it couldn't be 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. This would be 8 or 9 if this is 3. If this is 4, but then this could be 2. As well as being a big digit, 8 and 9. Oh, is it? Hang on, I've got a 3, 4 pair here. So is it this white dot? This white dot has got to have an odd digit on it, and it's that odd digit is not 1, 3, or 5, so it's either 7 or 9. So that's quite a big white dot. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Is it? How can we do this? That cell is at least a 4, so that's growing a little bit. It's growing at least to here, isn't it? Okay, look at this cell maybe. Now that cell is definitely not part of the red group. Even if the red was a 5, it couldn't get this cell. And this cell has to get to a circle, so it's got to go to there. Now here's an interesting thought. No jokes, thank you. Which circle does it get to? Now you might say, I can get to this one, Simon, if this is a 5. I don't think it can, because of the blue dot. It would have to be that shape. And that cell therefore can't get to a circle, yet it clearly can't be part of this region. So I don't think anything can get to this domino. That would be a 6-cell region. That would be a 7-cell region. So I think it's got to be this one. So now I've got 3. Yeah, that's lovely. Right, so now this 4 Well, that is a 4. I don't know how we... Oh, we do know that from this being 5. So that's not me guessing. That is just true. This is a 4. And this is a 5, I'm going to claim now. Because if this was only a 4, we could fill one... Well, we could fill 2 of these 3 cells, but the other one wouldn't be able to attach to a circle. So the only way to make it work is to make that a 5. And actually the corner digit now is definitely red, because this colour here, which I'm not wedded to, let's make that yellow, it's a bit easier to see. So yellow can't get to that cell because it's only got 4 cells in it. So these cells are 1 red and 1 yellow. And what that means, you know, is that we can do this. That's sort of its own region. Now, the 5, remember... Oh, hang on, there's Sudoku we can do with that. So those are 4, that's 5. That's 4 now. That's almost really cool, isn't it? In fact, it is really cool, because that 4 sees that one, and that sees the 7. So that's 4, that's 5. Oh, please keep going. Wow. That's 5. This does keep... Oh, it nearly keeps going. It really nearly keeps going. Okay. What does that mean? I don't know. I need to know what that is. If I know what that is... Well, if that's 5, that's 5. If that's 4, then I won't know what these are. I don't think. How many... But hang on, I knew how many circles there were that were 4s, didn't I? Because, yeah, hang on, let me just recapitulate the logic on circles. We said there were 7 5s in circles. So how many of those have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 in the top row, 7. That's all there can be. If there was another one, the 2 1s over here couldn't be in their own region. So that is a 4. Now let me just double check that, because I'm just going to count my 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 4s. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Because I didn't, in the original count, I wasn't counting this 4. So there are 7 4s. There are 5. Yeah, what we worked out was there was going to be 7 5s, 7 4s, and a 3. Yeah, and that gets me to my 66, because effectively that's 7 times 9, which is 63, plus another 3. Right, so that's lovely. That's lovely. But that's not 4, so that's not 1. Remembering our V lives here. So it's quite interesting, actually. I think I'm a bit worried that what I'm meant to do here is to appreciate something meta. Is it all right if I just spend a moment? Let me just think about this. I've got 7 5s. Each 5 is going to be in a region with a 1, a 3, obviously a 5, a 7, and a 9. So the 5s regions that I'm going to have to build, they're going to use up all the 1s. Because plus these 2 1s, that's the 9 1s in the puzzle. So there's definitely in the cages, for example, there are no 1s. So I could have got rid of a 1 from here just using that logic, but I didn't do it that way. Now what about 3s? There's a 3 here, and there's a 3 in one of those, and there are 7 3s in the 5 regions, so that now there are no 3s available for these cages. This is so lovely, isn't it? It's really interesting. So this is even. Now, what about 7s? See, 7s and 9s I think are a bit different. Because obviously there will be 7 7s and 7 9s hypothecated to the regions that have 5s in them. But that means that there are 2 7s and 2 9s that could live elsewhere. So they could live in the cages. Or they could obviously live in that region with a 3. Or one of those regions. Or the 4 regions. Okay. Okay, so I don't really... I'm not sure whether I can do better than that. I have a feeling I might be able to, but I can't think about... My brain isn't telling me how to. So any cell in the puzzle that can't get to a 4 or a 3, I'm looking at that cell, that has to be in a 5 region, because no 4 circle can reach it. And once it's in a 5 region, it must be odd. So it's 1, 3, 7, or 9. I mean, I know that seems a bit of a weird deduction, but I think that's true. What about that cell? Hasn't that got the same property? It's got to be in a region that has a circle. The 4 can't get there. That 4 can't get there because it would have to go through a blue... Well, it can't get there anyway. So that's also... it's not a 5 because it's going to join to a 5. Now, I might be able to keep going with this, you know. I know this might seem like a weird way of doing the puzzle, and I'm sorry, masetab, if this is not what I'm meant to do. I'm now looking at this cell. That's got to have the same property, hasn't it? And now this cell is completely surrounded. That's the same property. So I've got loads of odd digits here. That one could be in the 4 region. That one could be in the 4 region. That one could be in that 4 region. Okay. Bobbins. Right. What do you think we do with this? How many 5s are there in the grid now? Not many. Well, there are quite a lot. There are 6. And there's a 7th one in one of those circles. So where are the 5s that I haven't put in the puzzle yet? Where's... Yeah, okay, sorry. Where's the 5 in column 1? That's a weird question. It definitely can't be in this bottom period of part of the grid, because it would either be in a region with the 4, which is consecutive with it, or it would be in the region with the 5 and repeat in that region, so it's not in those. It can't be here by Sudoku, so it's in one of these two. It's got to be there. So now I've definitely got... Where is the... There must be a row or a column with a... Is it row 8 where I've not put a 5? Where is the 5? Yeah, oh, that's it. Ooh. Well, yeah, I think it is it. In row 8, I've got to put a 5. It's not here, it's not here, it's not here, it's not here. Now, I have said it's not in these cells. Was that bogus? I don't think that is bogus. I don't think it is bogus. Those cells have to get to a circle. The only circles they can reach belong to 5s, and therefore would already have 5s in them. I don't think that is bogus, so I think that is a 5, and therefore that is a 5, and that is a 3, and that is all of the 5s in the puzzle, and all of the circles in the puzzle sorted out. Now, okay. Okay, I don't know what that means. How many 4s have I got in the puzzle? 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 8. So where's the 9th? Have I got 8 or 9? No, maybe I've got 9. No, I haven't. I haven't got 9. I haven't got the one in this row. Right, where does that go? Not there, not there, not there, not there, not there, not there. So it's there. Okay. All right, so that's 4. That's 1. One we know belongs to a region that has a 5 circle, because we've got 7 5 circles. Each one of those has a 1, plus these 2 1s is all the 9 1s. But it could just join that one or that one. Probably has to join one of those. Okay, let's try 3s. Oh, 3s are much worse. What about that digit then? That digit is a bit restricted because it's in purple and it has to not be consecutive with anything. So it can't be 2, for example. It can't be 4 by Sudoku. It can't be 6. That's got to be a 7, 8 or a 9. Oh, I don't know what that means. Hang on. I said, oh, this is obvious. This has been obvious for ages. I said every circled 5 has a 1 in its region. Where's the 1 in red? I've got these 2 oranges looking down at all of that space. The only place you can put a 1 in red is there. That's on a white dot, so that's a 2. Oh, that's lovely. Right. Okay, that's been very clear for a long time. Now, these squares are odd. So they're 3, 7 or 9, and this one is not 3 in the corner, unfortunately. In fact, no, we still have a chance. This is the last chance for 3 in the corner, row 9, column 9. Now, the blue dot didn't have any mathematical. No, it just means 2 digits don't belong to the same region. So 2 in column 1 is now on this blue dot. One of those is a 2 just by Sudoku. Okay, but look, we can do some delineation. That 3 region is finished. The 4 region either goes there or there. And wow, I don't know what to do with that. 3, 5. It's the high digits that are a bit awkward in this. The sort of 6, 7s, 8s and 9s. I'm not quite sure how to deal with them. I mean, the 7s and the 9s we know are broadly hypothecated to most of the 5 regions, but there are spares hanging around. Obviously, they could go in the cages, but I don't really know how we're going to find out what goes in the cages from now on. I'm actually quite surprised we've learnt even as much as we have. Ah, okay. This is a 4. So that this cell has to be part of a region. So this is its own region, isn't it? In fact, let's pick a different colour, something a bit more dramatic. Let's go for blue. And this could take that cell, but it would have to take that cell as well. So this 4 region is taking at least these 3. This 4 region is taking at least those 3 for definite. It could be taking this one. Now, that's it. Look at the bottom row. I've got all 5. This is an even digit. Well, I can't put an even digit in a 5-circled region. So what circle is this particular cell joining with? It must be the 5. So that's so obvious and yet so lovely, isn't it? Let me just double check. I think it's true. I mean, I'm just staring at it now. I can't see how it wouldn't. It would. Now that surely must join that. Is that true? Nothing else can get there. So this is also an odd digit. Yeah, this one couldn't join to that because it would have to do that, and then this bottom cell would be isolated. So these are in the same region. This one is a different region. One of them has to get the 1. But that digit in the corner could be purple if it's a sort of Z pentomino like that. Then all 4 of those would be green, because the green would have to get the 1 and it would cut these 2 off unless it got them as well. Or this one gets the 1, and then that would fix. Look at that. If that is the shape of purple, green has to get this cell now, but in getting that cell it's going to cut that one off, so green would look exactly like that. Sorry, let me think about that. Is that possible or not? And then I don't know. Maybe that is possible. I'm not sure. I'm not seeing why it isn't. Do I label these green purple? In fact, I'm going to label all of those green purple. I think that's legitimate. This 4 can't get this cell, because it would have to go through a 1, and I know all the 1s in this puzzle belong to 5s. So whether this purple one's getting this 1 or this green one's getting this 1, it's creating a wall that 4 can't get through to this cell. That 5 can't reach it. That 5 can't reach it. So there, how many cells have I now got in this bottom region? I've got 9. I've only got 1 more, because 5 plus 5 is 10. That is a knowledge bomb, and I've found 9 cells down here. I've got to be a bit careful, in how this one grows, because I've now got 8 cells of odd digits in columns 8 and 9, look, just from what I've already got. So, and there are 10 odd digits altogether in columns 8 and 9, because 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, there's 5 digits obviously, so there's 10 digits altogether. So I don't know what that means, but it probably means something. Okay, now also therefore, what's this cell? Now that cell, what circle can reach this cell? It can't be the purple and the green anymore, because 9 of their cells have been found. So we could get this one with purple, but we couldn't get that one as well. So this one belongs to that one, and that is a region. And it's not a complete region, it's a bit of a region. So these are 3, 7 and 9, they can't be 1. So if... Oh, hang on, what's that one? That's blue. I didn't see that, but blue's been finished now, because this cell needed to get to a circle. So now these 2 cells are from 6, 7, 8, 9. They definitely can't be any lower number without creating a consecutive issue. But I don't think we can rule out, here's the thing. It wouldn't surprise me if we discover at the end that all of the 4s are in regions that contain 2, 4, 6 and 8, because that seems to be what all the 5s are doing. But I don't think logically that is forced to be the case at this point. I think that could totally be 2, 4, 7, 9. We do have spare 7s and 9s that are not going in the 5 regions. So, what, if anything, do we do now? I don't know. It's a good question, but not one I know the answer to. It's hard to know exactly where to look, isn't it? These ones are 2, 6, 8. Just from the bottom row. Nothing clever about that. What about 3 in the red region down here is in one of 2 cells. There's only one odd digit. Oh, we already knew that. There's only one odd digit over here. Wow, I don't know. This is suddenly getting a bit trickier. What about the top row? What do we know? We need 2s, 7s, 8s, and 9s. So 2, 7, 8, 9. Can that be a 2? I think it can in green, and green has to grow a bit more as well, either to there or to there. And these two 5s need to get 1s in them somehow, don't they? So what's going to make that difficult? Well, okay. Here is a weird point about this one. Let me just make that blue for a moment. This one doesn't spend very long in row 2. For a weird reason. Imagine this one had 2 more cells in row 2, say those 2. That can't be right. And the reason for that is it breaks the white dot. Because these would be 7 and 9, because they have to be odd, because they're in the 5 region. And now you can't put an odd digit on the white dot. And it can't be 2 even digits and be a consecutive pair. So this 5 is coming down to this. Well, yeah, no, it is. It's got to come down here at some point. So is that trapping this one in a bit? I think it is, isn't it? How? Okay, let me think about this. How is this not part of the blue region? Let's make that black for a moment. That's impossible. That's definitely in this blue region. Because this blue region could take that one, but then it's going to take 2 in row 2, which we've just said is impossible. So that's definitely in the blue region. Now this one, let's go to this one and turn our attention to that one. That one now has to come down here. It could take this one, but this 4 is forced. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's got to go. I can't go anywhere else, so I can just fill it in. Now the 5 here has to still take this one as well. This is a very clever puzzle, actually, isn't it? Now, these are all odd. All of these are odd digits. I mean, I don't know if it's worth doing. 1, 3, 7, 9. Let's just see. 1s. 1. Oh, hang on. This needs a 1. Oh, that's it. That's it. Lime green needs a 1. Where's it getting it from? It can't get it from there. It wouldn't have a 1 in it. So it's got to get it from there. That is a 1, and it's lime green. So let's just fill that in. That fills that in. That now has become blue by dint of a process of elimination. This is not a 1. Don't know what that... Oh, what about that then? That's got to be red now. It can't be anything else. So this one is 3, 7, or 9. And now red hasn't got a 1. So where's red getting a 1? It's either getting it from there or there. I don't know which of those is true. Also, I've got all my odd digits in row 6. So these digits are 2, 6, 8. And you'd think that would actually do something, wouldn't you? Like it would give me a pair or something. But oh, I've got all my, yeah, that's it. I've got all my odd digits in column 2. I've got this 379 triple as well as the 15. So this digit can't be odd and therefore cannot be red. That's got to be yellow, which makes this red. Now this digit is 7 or 9 by Sudoku, which means that's the 3 in red. That lets me delineate red. Now, what does that do? 7, 9 makes this an 8, so that's quite surprising. That isn't an all-odd region then. This one here. This is a 2, 6 pair across this dot thing here. Now in this column, these are 2, 6, 8. And that's definitely not a 2. This can't have a repeated digit in it. So the 8 in yellow is in column 2. So that is not an 8. Now I've got a 2, 6 pair in orange. So this is an 8. Now in this column, I've not put in 3s, 7s and 9s. So I must do that. Now, I am very skeptical about this being a 3. I don't think that's possible. I think we did the logic on this. I'm going to take 3 out. I'm going to recapitulate just to check, but I think we had 7 5s, which are going to hypothecate, 7 3s, and then I've got 2 circled 3s, 8 and 9. So there is definitely no 3 in a cage. Now, okay, what does this mean? I don't know yet, but I'm quite hopeful that we might be able to do something here. Right, where is 1 in row 8? I don't know. But it's in one of those cells, and that's going to be the one that is needed for the... So this congregation down here of dark green and purple, there had to be 2 1s in it, and now we've sort of found this. That means this isn't a 1 actually. We've sort of found the 2 1s. So we don't need an extra 1 here. Yes. Yes, that's lovely. And for the most peculiar reason. Because now we can ask, what's going on to 1 in row 7? Now, we might at first blush say, okay, we've got our 2 1s for the purple-green, so 1 could be in either of these cells. Well, it definitely can't be in a cage, because remember, the 9 1s in this puzzle consist of 7 1s that are in regions with 5s, and these 2 1s that we found at the very start. There are not 1s in cages, there are not enough 1s, so that is 1, and that must therefore be red. And that finishes red. And, okay, so this is now odd, and it's 3, 7 or 9. It's probably been the case for ages, but I don't know what that... Okay, let's do 1s. What can we do with our 1s? 4, 5, 6 1s we've got in the puzzle. So, and I know there's a 7th 1 down here. So I need the 8th and the 9th 1. And I know, okay, and I know that one of them's belonging to the blue region and one of them's belonging to this region here. So okay, so that's interesting. Where's this one getting its 1 from? I don't know. How many cells have we got down there? 9. 1 more. So one of these is odd, belonging to green or purple. So that's okay. So because one of these is green or purple to complete this 10-cell region of odd cells down at the bottom, That's going to be, let's say it was here, that's going to be 8 odd cells. That's a ninth. So, here is a question then. Where is the 1 that this red thing gets? Because there's only 1 odd cell to come in this column. So this is not getting a 1 from this column. And unless it does that. I didn't think... Oh, no, because that... No, it's not. Remember, everything in this red region is an odd digit. So it can't come over here, say, and I mean, it would trap the 4 in. But it just can't get a 1 from there because it would put way more than 10 odd digits in columns 8 and 9. So this is getting a 1 from somewhere else. And in fact, yeah, how does this escape? This is a better question. How does this escape from columns 8 and 9? It could take 1 cell only in these columns, 1 extra cell besides itself, because that's the cap on the total number of odd digits. But if it took this one, how would it get out? It can't go through the 3, so it would be on both sides of this white dot. So it doesn't take that one. So we can do that. And now it could take that one. It could actually take that one, but it's going to have to come round there. That's forced, and therefore both of these are odd digits. That one is not 2 or 8. This one is not 6 or 8. Now I've got a 7-9 pair in this, so I'm looking for 1s and 3s in it. This is an even digit across the white dot. So I think the other corollary of all this logic is I think that's got to be a 1. Because, no, it does have to be a 1. It does actually. Because we know all the 1s basically, other than these two, are in regions with 5s. And there is a 1 to be placed in column 1. And I can't put the 1 here in green or purple, because then there'll be 3 1s in greens and purples, and that's too many. So the 1 in column 9 must be there. I mean, it's strange logic, but I think it is logical. And that, unfortunately, no, it doesn't. It doesn't tell me which one of these 1s goes to which of these, but it is still true. Now, let's go back to red and ask the question again. Does red get to that square? Well, actually, no, hang on. Red doesn't go any further. I didn't see the fact I have 1 and 3 in this row. So definitely this red region goes there, and that's a 1 or a 3, this cell here. And this can't be in red because it's not a 1 or a 3. I only need 1 or 3 to go into red. So this is so close to cracking now. The weird thing is, you see, it could get it there. Because that is true, this couldn't be a 1 by Sudoku, but it's not true, this couldn't be a 3. Oh, that's it. That's it. Where does this get a 3 from? I've just noticed I've got a 7-9 pair in column 7. That's making this digit a 3. And I think the real importance of that is that's making this digit a 1. But now this red region needs a 3, which it can't get here, it can't get here. It's got to get it from there. So that's the red region at the top goes round in a sort of U pentomino. Now this 4 has to take those. It's the only way you can build it without cutting off a cell. Okay, and in column 7, 2, 6, 8 are the digits we've not placed. Now, what, if anything, does this mean? It's sure, okay, it's going to be here, isn't it? Because I've still now got the problem with blue that I had exactly a few moments ago with red, which is I've got to put 1 and 3. Oh, is this right? This is very difficult, but it is possible. I've got 1 and 3 to put in. No, these cells won't do, so it's got to be those two. Yeah, and that somehow that does work. I don't think Sudoku is preventing that from being actually achievable, and that's lovely because it's given it's not only achievable, it's actually doing the things that we need it to do. Now I've got a 7-9 pair here, so let's tidy up whatever that's meaning. What about row 3? What have I not put in? 2 and 6. Sounds like an old price of a, I don't know, what would you have got for 2 and 6? Would that be it'd probably be a car or something. I don't know. Right. So this column here, it's 2, 6 and 8. So this is a 2, a 6 or an 8. I feel like 7s and 9s ought to be being more helpful to me now. This is a 7-9 pair. So it's 2, 6 and 8 in the row. 2, 6 and 8 in the row. I mean, okay, I know one of these is green or purple, so the other is joining to the 4. This must join to the 4, it can't join to anything else. So the 4 is exactly those 3 cells and one of these two, and then it ends. Now have we got, okay, so I've got to extend this, the green, by 1. So let's say it went there. Actually, no, I don't think it can go there. That's weird. If it went there, the 3 would come out and turn, and then that cell couldn't be part of a region. So that's actually got to be green now, which is weird. Okay, and then I have got 7 cells left. I don't know how you fill them. I don't know how we distribute them between the 4 and the 3, but the fact that there are 7 cells left to place feels like it's we're probably on the right track. Look, I've got a 6 in this region. So this has become a 2-8 pair, and that's a 6 down here, which is lovely. So that's 2, that's 6, that's 2, that's 8, that's 6. Now, does that go further? Yeah, that's an 8, because it sees a 7-9 pair in the row. So this is not an 8. Now let's be careful here. Those 7-9 pair here makes this a 3. 7-9. I've got loads of 7-9 pairs. How long have I been going? Just over an hour. That's absolutely flown by. Come on. Come on, Simon. 3. Oh, it's not a 3 in the corner because of this 3. So I've got 7 and 9 here, but I don't know if they're in the same region. So if this one goes up, then it needs to get a 1, so it's going to be those. Then that would be a 7 or a 9. Oh, golly, that's beautiful. Oh, my goodness. Right. Okay, I know that. It's true. Yeah. These two are in the purple region. Now, what I want to envisage is that this is green. And that's not going to work. Because if that's green, this is what green looks like, and this is what purple looks like. And what I want to think about is how I'm going to put 7 and 9 into the purple region. You can see this will be one of them, but the other one will go there. But it can't go there, because that's going to put 3 cells in the column that are 7 and 9. To put it a different way, that digit needs to appear in purple. Where could it go? It couldn't go anywhere. There's nowhere for it to go. Sudoku rules it out. So in fact, purple must take this cell. And once purple takes this cell, that's obviously green. And now purple can't get to that 1, so that's definitely green. But Purple needs a 1, so it's getting this 1, and that puts the corner purple, and that makes this green. Whoops. So that's how purple looks now. Oh, that's weird, look. Right. In row 7, this digit is odd. But again, for the same reasons here, it's got to be 7 or 9. It can't be a 3. So there is a 3 in here, and we need a 7 or a 9 in one of these two, which is going to make a pair with that. Oh, I don't know that. Oh, there's a 3 here. That's lovely. That's great. That'll do it. Yeah. Now this can't be the 7 or 9. Or to put it a different way, where does that digit go in green? It's got to go there, hasn't it? So that is 7 or 9. That finishes green. It finishes the orange region above it. I've now got a 7-9 pair in row 5, so I need 2s, 6s and 8s. Now let's see what we can do with those. That's a 2, 6, 8 triple in column 6, which means that digit is, so this digit is 7 or 9. I've got a 7-9 pair in row 2, so this is 2, 6 or 8. It's not 8, so that's 2 or 6. So that, oh, that's not 2. 7-9 pair now, so this is 3. I feel like I've done a lot of 3s. Let's double click the 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Done them all. Okay. Done them all. So somehow or other, this whole thing now disambiguates, and goodness only know. Oh, we've got the white dot. That might do it. Wow. 3 can't have a 2 in its region, but it could absolutely. It's going to be 3, 7, 9, isn't it? If it's 3, 7, 9, that would be 2, 6, 4, 8. That sounds incredibly likely to me. Right, hang on. The 4, obviously the cell beneath the 4 is in the region with it. And there is a 2 in one of these cells. So that's definitely not in the 3 region, is it? That's definitely in the 4 region. So because one of these is a 2 and must be in the 4 region, this digit is not a 2 because it would repeat in the 4 region. Now there's a 2 in one of those cells, which means this is not a 2. Now I've got a 6, 8 pair here, which means this is a 2. Now I've got a 6, 8 pair here, which means this is a 2. Now I've got a 6, 8 pair here, which means this is a 2. I mean, this is just, it's extraordinary, isn't it? Oh, now what's that? That's not 7 or 9 in the corner. It's got 7 and 9 looking at it, so that's 2 or 8. Oh, no, that's the same across the row. Right, here's a weird point. Yeah, got it. Right, here's a weird point. The 4 is in a region with a 6 or an 8. So there is a 7. Is there, though? Yes, there is. I was going to say there is a 7 in here. And there is a 7 in one of these two cells because these can't both be 9s. Or these can't both be 7s, to put it a different way. These are different because they're in the same region and the same column. So these are different. So one of them is a 7. Now, whichever one is a 7 can't be in the region with yellow. It just can't. In fact, that one has to be in the 3 region anyway because it's too far away from the 4 region. So the 7 is in the 3 region, which means the 6, one of these is a 6, that can't be in the 3 region. So these have to both be yellow. Because whichever one of these is 7 is in the 3 region. We've already worked out the 2 region is in the 4 region, but now the 6 must also be in the 4 region because the 7 is in the 3 region. So those two are both in the 4 region, which makes this square an 8. And now that's an 8, and that's a 6. And that's a 6, and that's an 8, and that's a 6, and that's a 2, and that's an 8, and that's a 6, and that's on the dot. And that might be the thing that does it. Yeah, that's look. If we look at it now, let's just take stock and see what's happened, because it's quite beautiful. This is the final split of the grid, and you can see, I think I might be wrong. Oh, I am wrong. I think I'm probably right now in saying that only, oh no, I'm not wrong. I'm wrong again. 2, 6. I'm seeing that only 7s and 9s are left in the puzzle. Now, but this white dot does it, because that's going to delineate. That means this has to be 7, 9, 9, 7, 9, 7, 7, 9, 9, 7, 7, 9, 9, 9, 7. Please don't get 9, 7, 7. And that is the solution to the puzzle. Wow. Okay, it probably wasn't as barbarically awful in terms of what I did then as I did last time when I made an error. And I had to go back over it and find the error and then correct it. I hope I haven't made an error there. It felt incredibly logical and very beautiful. What a beautiful puzzle. Masetab, Take a Bow, that was a special one. And I absolutely loved it. Let me know in the comments how you got on with it. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.